keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia Issue 3 review. Reading is fundamental. Our another new segment. We're going to be discussing the Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia Issue 3, Two Peas in a Pod. Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia. When a disgruntled pro wrestler declares himself Galactic Champion of the universe, a planet of alien wrestlers view that as an act of war. This series was created and was co-created and co-written by Matt and Ed. So, gentlemen, I would hope by now, because I've delayed this for 2 podcasts, that we've all read Issue 3 of Invasion from Wrestletopia.
Yes.
Okay.
I have read it, and it was awesome.
All right, let's do the good, the bad, the ugly.
The good, once again, I'm going to go back to what you're sticking to, is they're doing a very good job of bringing me back to the 90s. Again, I wasn't a huge WrestleMania or just WWE, WWF at the time fan, but I did enjoy the culture, going to school and hearing kids talking that way. I really appreciate how their setting is, right, as far as keeping it authentic to the time, but also just the lingo. The lingo to me is fun, man. Like it's like, yeah, you know, like this is like a cartoon for grown ass men.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I enjoy it because it had this super corny shit, but it also has this like adult themes. You know, it's great.
Garbanzo.
I'm gonna have to go with it reminds me of the Attitude Era, and I think that's what they're going for, and they do it very, very well.
Yes.
I'm waiting for, you know, I can't wait for the next episode. I want to see what happens. You got the different factions kind of going against each other, one trying to undermine the other. You have, you know, going with the throwback call signs and just, you know, and I like how they brought in the little man. And you know what I'm saying, and those who will finally read this comic, I highly recommend, you know, when everyone can get it, to get their hands on this, because it's just a great read. I'm a massive comic book fan. I would even go to say that I would love to see this as an animated short.
That'd be interesting.
I would love with their artwork. I like the artwork for like
the artwork is amazing.
Yeah, for like a small series. They got like what was that Lucha something? Like, it was called, I think it was like Lucha something or other.
Mucha
Lucha. It was fan. See, like they have that kind of feel to it, like an animated series, kind of like something similar to Mucha Lucha. I would watch the shit out of that show. Netflix, pick it up. Netflix. I know you're watching.
Put that sucker on
actually,
Adult Swim.
This should be a short on love, death, and robots.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting for season 2.
Not?
JoeTarro, the good.
This is bringing me very old vibes to when I used to watch this with my brother.
Please don't evoke my name in vain.
No, not you. My actual brother.
No, you're saying vibes, not brother. I would never, ever want to be related to you.
No, I meant like the positive vibes, not like the negative.
Please don't evoke my name in vain. Carry on.
So anyway, this is bringing me back to when they used to have, when wrestling was actually real, and it was not real, but like when the storylines were like actually good. Today, I'm not sure what's going on because I don't care for it as much. But from what I understand, it's just complete garbage. But this comic is bringing me back like to when
to the good old days, right?
To the good old days of how it used to be. I love the storyline so far, and honestly speaking, like again, my late brother who passed about 5 years ago, he would have loved this comic to pieces, because this is the type of genre that he loves, and this would have been like absolutely perfect for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, I have to agree. This issue actually was more fun for me. I mean, it was always absurdist humor, very juvenile humor, but the twist that Garbanzo, the twist now that there's a second faction now, and they have a spoiler alert, of course, an interest in taking down Manifest Destiny. And by the way, Manifest Destiny he's so over the top, it's hilarious. Like I love it. Like he one of the scenes in the beginning of the issue, he says your earthling chairs don't mean shit, and he just smashes one. I'm like that was unnecessary, but all right, cool.
Okay,
so
I absolutely
love it. And then what I really liked was had me laughing was for the mini wrestler when they did his backstory as a flashback. That was so anime-esque. You know how anime they'll just flash
with
back
the grandma,
right in the middle of a story, they'll flash back to humanize the character. When they did that, I said this is exactly what they do in anime. Everybody be Bleach usually right in the middle of some action. Bleach will jump into the past and just tell you a whole backstory about why the person is the way they are. So it was really, really good for me. I enjoyed that.
The only bad thing for me as of now, no nudity.
Okay, Garbanzo.
I really cannot think of anything really bad. For me, I have nothing really bad or ugly about it. I'm actually enjoying the storyline, the artwork. Maybe I want a little bit more of the back and forth banter, a little more, maybe a little bit more slapstick occasionally.
The second faction grabbed a handful of the guy's nuts and held him in the air. Okay, I mean, how much more slapstick you need than that?
Okay, my favorite panel out of all of them so far still has to be the newscaster. When all of a sudden, mid-sentence, just gets a chair to the face, and Manifest Destiny comes out. He's like, "Listen, all you suckers." I'm like, yes, I'm all for this. I need to see this animated. I need to see this animated. I need to see the guy literally sitting there with a serious face, about to give this great story about how there's aliens and shit, and then all of a sudden, just all you see is, boom, and then just feet in the air. That's all you need.
So
I told you, it's again. Like I said, there's nothing for me there's nothing bad for me.
The bad JoeTarro, if you're still there.
Forgive me for the background drop noise. I'm sorry, but I have literally no bed unless they move from the nostalgic 80s type era that they have. I just hope that they stick with that. I don't want them to introduce I don't want the feeling to be like today's wrestling, because today's wrestling again is garbage. So I want them to stick with the oldies and then bring it into more of like an anime-esque type thing. That's all.
No, I think it's a good balance. I'm not even gonna bother asking you gentlemen about there being any ugliness. Volunteer. I've got no ugly. I mean, I'm loving it so far, and I'm telling you, my favorite part right now is that there's that twist. Now that there's another faction that wants to take over Manifest Destiny, I'm like, yes, now I want to see where this is going even more. So I look forward to issue 4. Thank you guys so much for sending us this to review, and we look forward to more.
Geek Bros.